Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing a get ready with me Q&A. I asked you guys to leave me some questions over on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I'm just going to be answering all of them while I kind of get ready. I don't really have anywhere to go. I'm just putting on makeup and I'm gonna fix my hair a little bit, and I'm gonna shoot some content around like the apartment building. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first question, how often do you work out? So I think starting like last week, I started going to this gym called 9 Round Fitness. So it's basically very heavily focused on kickboxing, but it works like a circuit style kind of gym. So there's like 9 rounds, and every single round lasts for about 5 minutes, I believe, something like that. And basically the whole workout is around 30 minutes, and every station or every round is a different workout. There are trainers there to kind of help you and make sure you're doing everything properly. And then in between those, there's also, what do you call this, like actual kickboxing, sparring. I don't know if sparring is the correct word, but yeah, basically like the trainer holds up the pads and like you technically like box with him. So I recently started going to that gym because my friend invited me, and honestly I'm so glad that she did, because I really love the workouts there. So we've only been going for maybe like a week and a half, but we go every other day. So that's around like 3 or 4 times a week, just depending on how sore we are. But yeah, we've been really going super consistently, and I'm super proud of us because before that I wasn't really working out much. Like, we have a gym downstairs of our apartment building, but I feel like just because I had so much freedom to just go whenever I could, what ended up happening was I just never went. So I really needed a workout buddy, just someone also to keep me company, and just it's just more fun when you're doing it with someone. And yeah, so nowadays I go work out every other day, 3 to 4 times a week. Dream place to live and why? If I could live anywhere, I would probably want to try living in Japan because the Japanese food. But I mean, I've been there before for like vacation, and it's, well, one, the food is obviously super good, and two, there's a lot of things I feel like you could do. Like, you won't run out of things to see, whether it's like sightseeing things or like, for example, skiing, going up in the mountains. And the weather's pretty nice. It's beautiful in the springtime. And I don't know, the only thing that I feel like that would be hard is communication. Like, I remember when we were there, not much people spoke in English. So thinking of myself living there, would that be difficult? Probably. But yeah, probably not live there forever, but I would love to live there for a few months or like a year, just to experience the culture more. And yeah, it's just one of those countries like I just want to learn more about. And yeah, other than that, I don't know. I've never really thought of this question. Really, I'm like the type of person, I feel like I'd be happy or okay living anywhere. Like, I could live back in the Philippines, I could still live in New York, I could live here. uh, I would love to live somewhere in Europe, just again for like a different culture or a different kind of lifestyle. I would love to explore the world more, and if that means like being able to live in multiple countries, if it was just that easy, um, yeah. I would love to, I guess, live in like Barcelona, Spain, or Paris, or Switzerland. I really could live anywhere. Favorite way to spend self-care time or alone time? So honestly, when I first moved to the States, like moved to New York from the Philippines, I always had not issues, but I was so shy to go out even just to eat with myself. Like if I wanted to grab lunch or dinner, I always felt awkward or shy. I had it in my mind that I needed to be dining with someone or else I'll look like a loner. And I don't know why I used to think like that. I don't know if it was just because of my age or I don't know. I really don't know where that was coming from. But now I freaking love to do that all on my own. I enjoy like self-care days and just having days where I can do my own thing and not have to worry about having company. And of course I enjoy hanging out with friends and of course my boyfriend, but I am completely okay with just being alone with myself too. I think after living in New York, I just realized that people don't really care what you're doing. They don't care who you're with or if you're alone. And I feel like when I was living in the Philippines, every time I would go out, oh, sorry. Every time I would go out, I would be sitting in a restaurant alone and I would look over and I felt like people were looking at me, watching me, wondering why I was alone. And I mean, they probably weren't, but I don't know why in that time of my life, that's how I felt. I don't know, maybe that was just an insecurity or I really don't know. But anyway, I really forgot what the question was. So my favorite way to spend self-care or alone time. Okay, if I had to picture an entire day that I was going to be alone, I would wake up early in the morning, like I do every day. I would work a little bit on my social media stuff, answer emails, still kind of be productive because at the same time, like when I do the social media thing, it's a hobby. It's something that I enjoy doing and it's kind of relaxing for me in a way. So I would do that first and then I would probably go out for coffee, like sit down in a restaurant, maybe bring my iPad, listen to a podcast or watch YouTube videos and just like have a nice little meal, like a snack maybe with coffee. And then I would go head to the mall. Maybe I like to window shop or just walk around outside in general. So yeah, I would probably do that, go around, do some retail therapy and what else? Sometimes I also just like to drive around or like drive around, park in a spot and then enjoy like a smoothie, a yogurt, ice cream, whatever, and just listen again to podcasts or music in the car. And sometimes I just like to be in silence with myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but I usually just like to spend my alone time just like really peaceful or like with my own thoughts, if you know what I mean. So yeah, after the mall, I would probably go grab lunch at a favorite restaurant. I am a foodie and I love eating out. So I always make it a point where if I'm taking myself out like on a date, I will, you know, go to one of my favorite restaurants or try something new. I have like go-to places where I like to go and hang out with myself because also when I eat out alone, most of the time I have my AirPods with me and I'll like watch YouTube videos or like my series while I'm eating and it just keeps me entertained while I eat. And I just like to take my time, maybe get a few drinks while I'm there, like a glass of wine or something to just really like wind down. Then probably after that I'll go home. Especially in the winter time, I really enjoy doing bubble baths, so I'd probably do that and just maybe relax, chill out, watch a movie series. I like watching crime series and horror movies, which my partner doesn't really enjoy. So that's like another thing that I do in my alone time, since he doesn't enjoy them anyway. Okay, let's see the next question. What time do you usually sleep and wake up? So I like to wake up pretty early every day. For the past few months, I've been waking up at 7:30 every single day. Not really because I have to, but I just want to, and I prefer it that way because I work night shifts. So I start at 2 p.m. and I finish at maybe 11:30 at night. So that's really basically like my entire day. So if I don't wake up early in the morning, then I don't get to do anything other than be at work. I just started putting alarms every single day at 7:30, and then I kind of just, my body got used to waking up that early that now it's just an everyday routine. Like, obviously if I'm not feeling well or whatever, I'll allow myself to sleep in. I'm not like so harsh on it, but I really do enjoy it when I wake up early, so I just keep it that way. And for the time that I sleep, because I end work at 11:30, you know, I get home pretty much midnight-ish, so I don't really get to sleep right away. I'm not sleepy when I get home. So I would say 1:30 or 2 a.m, which is not that great, but it is what it is because of my job. Do you laser, wax, pluck, or shave body hair? So I shave my legs, and for waxing I do like my underarms and down there. And for my face, I just do threading, so I get my upper lip and my eyebrows threaded. I've never tried laser before, but I really do want to eventually do it, just because, you know, the results that I've heard from other people, that are really good. Your hair won't grow as much anymore in those places, which would be really helpful in the long run. I feel like I'll eventually do it, but it's just not a priority right now. Okay, the next question. How do you build confidence? Honestly, like, this is something I'm still working on myself. There are days or certain situations where I feel like I'm extremely confident, nothing can really like get to me. But then there's also other times where like so much fear and anxiety stops me from doing something, and I know at the end of the day that just has to do with my self-confidence. I'm still insecure about certain things and I overthink every situation, but I guess one of the things that I try to keep in my mind when I'm about to do something or get into something new is to show up for yourself. So like, if it's something that I want to achieve, in this case, for example, it's to lose weight, I have to show up for myself and go to the gym. And I don't know, with like things like this, it's the more you do something, the more it will become a routine. You'll become better at it. So even if, you know, you were talking about career wise, things are not just going to be handed to you. They're not just gonna come like knocking on your door. No one's gonna offer you like this gold plate and say, hey, here's everything you've ever dreamed of. You really have to work hard for it, and you have to put the time in. And so showing up for yourself can always lead into you becoming more confident, because the more you do something, again, the better you get at it. So you can compare yourself to a million other people who are doing the same thing, but you don't need to be the best at everything. You just need to try and get to that place and have realistic goals for yourself, so that you also don't always feel like a failure. You know, like a lot of times I feel like we compare ourselves so much to other people, especially now with how big social media is. Like, we literally see everyday lives of people and we see their success, and sometimes we think, okay, if they have that kind of success and I don't, then I'm a failure. That's also like a bad way to think about yourself, and that just ruins again your confidence. So first and foremost, show up for yourself. Second of all, stop comparing yourself to other people, because everyone's journey is different, everyone's version of success is different. And third of all, I don't even know what number I'm on, but third of all, I would suggest just sticking into your own lane. Not really. Oh, hi baby, hi. Mama's doing a video, okay? Oh no, you cannot eat the makeup. Over here, look over there. Oh, look at those beautiful eyes, Goose. Look at that beautiful eye. Anyway, what was I saying? I have no idea what I just said. But yeah, I think we all have to like start caring a little less what people have to say. And I tell this to my partner all the time too. At the end of the day, like, what you think other people are saying about yourself is really just how you view yourself. I hope that made sense. But even for example, starting social media, I was so shy and like terrified at first, because that would mean putting myself out there, having people judge me. But I also just started to think, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself because it makes me happy, I enjoy it, and if something comes out of it, then perfect. But if it doesn't, that's totally fine too. And I need to have that confidence in myself, or else it's just never going to happen. You can have all these opinions thrown at you, but they're not living your life, you are. So there's no one to blame if you fail, for example, and there's no one who's going to benefit from your success other than you. So you should really, in my opinion, hear people out, hear their opinions, but don't let it shape what you actually want to do. You know what I mean? You know? I hope that makes sense. I feel like that was a little all over the place. Biggest regret leaving Manila. The one thing that always pops in my mind is just leaving my family behind. Not having, for example, holidays together with family, or even Sunday lunch, Sunday dinner, which we always used to do growing up. Like every Sunday we'd switch off with either lunch with my dad's side and then dinner with my mom's side, and you know, just hanging out with cousins and all that kind of stuff. That's one of the things that pops in my head that I regret the most about choosing to live here. Like, I'll definitely miss that, and I've always kind of envisioned myself doing the same when I had kids, you know, them to be able to play with their cousins and then just hanging out with their grandparents and all that kind of stuff. It was so ingrained in me because that's how we grew up in our household, and so that part I'll probably miss the most, and the one thing I regret about leaving in Manila. Why did you choose to live in the US rather than the PH? So I think I answered this also in my first Q&A video, but basically just for more opportunities. Like at that time, it was just an option that I had and I wasn't going to waste it. So when I graduated college, I had the option to do an internship in the Philippines or do it abroad. And because I was born in California, I have a US passport. So when I had the opportunity to do an internship abroad, obviously I was just going to take that route because, you know, why not? And so I got into an internship in New York, and then, you know, it just went on from there. Enjoyed it, wanted to try it out more, living, you know, like living independently in America and all that stuff. And I mean, I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I've had so far and everything that I've experienced living in the States. So I think I've been living here since 2000, I don't even know what year, but probably already 8 years I've been living here. So it's been quite a while. But yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Like, obviously I miss the Philippines, I miss my family, I miss, I grew up there, so it's always gonna be my home. But so many great things have happened also to me because of living in the States. So I really couldn't picture myself like right after college and just staying in the Philippines forever, or like even in my whole 20s. I just wanted to try it out for 3 months, which was the length of my internship, and then it just so happened that I had different opportunities come up and everything just kind of aligned at that time. So yeah, I've just been living here ever since. Where do you see yourself in 3 years? So in 3 years, a lot can change. I guess all that I would want or hope to have by then is to be able to invest in property, hopefully have a kid by then, and be married. Other than that, I don't really know what else I would want by then. Well, I guess, so like now I'm obviously doing social media as like a serious hobby. I would really love to see it grow into its own thing though. Like, I would obviously want to eventually have my own like brand, or like just have myself as my own brand and see where that takes me. And that's also one of the reasons why I started social media. I feel like it's, especially nowadays, it's such a powerful platform that you get to engage more in different kind of communities, get to meet more people. How is your relationship with your exes? So, okay, I wanted to answer this question because every single time I do a Q&A, whether it's for YouTube or just on Instagram, I always get questions about my exes, and I don't understand why. It's so entertaining for other people to know about my exes. So how is my relationship with them? I would say I'm definitely not close to any of them anymore, but we're not in bad terms either. Let's see, how many exes do I have? I would say I have 3. Yeah, I have 3 ex-boyfriends. You know, like the really serious ones where I was in a long relationship with. And yeah, none of us are in bad terms, but we're not also like close at all. Like, we don't talk, we don't message each other, ask how we're doing, nothing like that. I think the most is greeting each other for happy birthday, like a happy birthday, but really that's it. And it's not even like official, like a text message or something like that. It's just on Instagram. If I see a post and they post that it's their birthday, then I'll just comment happy birthday or something. But I would say if we saw each other in person, we would definitely all say hi to each other. It's like, I don't know, civil. I think that's the proper word. Yeah, I feel like we're all civil with each other. I don't know. I don't know what, again, why other people are so invested in how other people are with their exes. I'm not saying it's rude, but I just genuinely don't understand why it's so interesting for people. And in my opinion, I'm that kind of person who, I don't like to hold grudges on people, especially if, you know, you're truly happy where you are now in your life. And you wouldn't get there if that breakup with your ex or whatever didn't happen, right? Like, for example, I'm extremely happy with my partner now, my life now, just everything, like where I am with myself and with my life. So those things, like the breakups with your exes, needed to happen for you to get here. And for that, you should be grateful or thankful. And again, like, I don't like to hold grudges on people, but also I just don't believe that you have to hate someone forever just because it didn't work out in your relationship in the past. I always believe that people come into your life to help you, whether it's to help you in a certain period or, you know, time in your life, or they're there to teach you something, or they're to, I don't know, just there to keep you company at that point of your life. But those moments or like those seasons don't last forever all the time, and that's okay. Like, you have to be okay and open to the fact that people move on from each other, they grow apart. Especially, I feel like when you're dating in high school and college, it's so different because you're, whether you want to believe it or not, you're gonna evolve so much more, especially when you're, you know, in your later 20s or just out of school and you're working. You will start to realize the things that you actually need and like want in your partner, or just, you know, maybe it's, for example, for me, I just wanted to live abroad. I didn't want to stay in the Philippines, you know, for example, and that could have been an easy route for me to just say, hey, I'm gonna stop what I want to potentially try and do, which is like live in America and stay here where I'm comfortable. And because my boyfriend is here, you know, I'm happy that all of them have their own lives now. They've also found their own significant other. We have to all be more forgiving of everyone, and I'm not just talking about exes, but like friends or family members, for example, that, I don't know, you're not close with anymore, or you've had a fight with. At the end of the day, life is so short. Every person that comes into your life is there for a purpose. There's a reason behind it, and we have to be more loving and more forgiving with everyone. So yeah, I think that's going to be everything that I'm going to be answering for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got to know a little bit more about me. It's so funny because when I was asking on Instagram what are the next few videos that I should be filming, every single one of my polls, all the Q&A stuff won. I don't know why. The next one that came after this, actually, even more people voted on, was a Q&A with me and Marvin. So that's gonna be coming up pretty soon. Kind of convinced him already that we're gonna have to do it in the next few weeks. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next week. I upload every Tuesday, and yeah, hope you have a great day.